Hi, everybody. My name is Devin, and I'm one of the librarians at the Worcester Public Library. Today, I'm here to bring you some weekly reads. These reads are recommended either by myself or by my librarian coworkers at the downtown branch. All of the books I'm going to talk about today are available through Overdrive and Libby. So for example, you could get it on your smartphone or your tablet, or if you're more comfortable with a laptop or like a desktop computer, you can also use the Overdrive browser if that's what you're most comfortable with. So I'm going to switch my screen right now and show you the 4 books that we're talking about today. The 3 are books that have been published, and the 4th one, the very last one, is one that's coming out tomorrow, actually. It's brand new. So just give me 1 second to switch. So here are the 4 books we're going to talk about today. They're different from each other in different ways, and hopefully I picked out something for everybody. So I'm just going to start off with Eleanor. Eleanor Oliphant is completely fine. As you can see, this is a Reese's book club pick from Reese Witherspoon. It is a #1 New York Times bestseller, and it's by Gail Honeyman. This was actually her first book. This came out in 2017. A little bit about the story. Of course, Eleanor is the main character. Her life is very scheduled. She tries to avoid social interaction. She says pretty much what she thinks, which sometimes gets her into trouble. But all of this changes when she meets the unhygienic IT guy named Raymond. Raymond has a really big heart. One day, Raymond and Eleanor are out and they see an older gentleman fall on the sidewalk. His name's Sammy. They go and help Sammy, and the 3 become fast friends. They save each other from isolation. And Raymond, also with his big heart, helps Eleanor move along in repairing her own damaged one. So this book got so many awesome reviews, so I can't share them all with you. The one I can, the 2 I want to share, there's one from Booklist, which got a starred review for Eleanor. It says, walking in Eleanor's sensible Velcro shoes is completely delightful, but readers will also be drawn in by her tragic backstory, which reveals how Eleanor became so completely Eleanor. So obviously there are some difficult themes here from her childhood, but the book seems like she's working through the themes. Also, Kirkus Review says the novel is part comic, part emotional thriller, part love story, hilarious, deadpan, and irresistible. It really sounds like this book has almost everything in it, really something for everybody. It's also being made into a movie produced by none other than Reese Witherspoon. As you can see, it's available as an audio and an ebook, which is available through Overdrive and Libby. And for my next book, this one is a mystery. This falls into the Scandinavian mystery genre that you've probably been hearing about lately. It is Faceless Killers by Henning Mankell. It is the first book in the Kurt Wallander series. International bestseller, as you can see. So this book's also available through Overdrive and Libby, but it's also available through Hoopla. If you don't know what Hoopla is, it's another online service that we offer for free. And when you use Hoopla, you don't have to wait for a copy. If there's a long list, doesn't matter. The book's always available if it's through Hoopla. A little bit about the Faceless Killers book. Early one morning, a farmer discovers that his neighbors have been brutally attacked. The man has been bludgeoned to death, and his wife lies there dying, and the only clue she can give is one word before she dies, and the word is foreign. The person taking over the case is Inspector Kurt Wallander. His life isn't all that great right now. His family life, it's falling apart. He drinks too much, he's gaining weight, he's not really sleeping that well. But he's very level-headed and precise in his job. So he's put on the case, and he and his colleagues have to contend with a violent wave of xenophobia as they search for the killers. This is book 1 in the series. There are now 15, and it was also made into a BBC series. So that gives you a clue as to how popular it is. If you haven't read any of Henning Mankell's stuff yet, now might be a good time. And for my next book, this one is a little bit like Eleanor Oliphant, but it's written by Steve Martin, so you know it's going to be funny. This one is The Pleasure of My Company. It was a New York Times bestseller. This is an older title. It came out in 2004, but for me, even though I read this book a while ago, it really stuck with me. And I think that's a sign of a great book when years and years later, you keep thinking about it and the good parts and how much you enjoyed it. So I think it's really worth recommending. And if you want to check it out, it is available on Overdrive. When it came out, it was called Laugh Out Loud, funny, brilliantly inventive, and Entertainment Weekly said it's a sweet, symmetrical story of love and the quiet heart. So a little bit about the book. The main character is Daniel Pecan Cambridge. He has a good life, but it's mostly within his apartment. He's obsessed with street curbs and gas station attendants, and these sorts of concerns keep him indoors and prevent him from going outside, but in his own way, he's able to pursue love. So it is a quiet book. A lot of it takes place in his apartment, but he meets a lot of zany characters, which, you know, mix things up and give him adventures. He ends up sort of accidentally winning a contest, and he gets money, and he really is related to a family that owns a pecan grove, hence his middle name, Pecan. One of the parts that I really remember is he has to go to the pharmacy one day, and the pharmacy is only a couple blocks away. But one of his tics is that he has to use a crosswalk to cross the street. And there's no crosswalks in that direction. So he has to go all around town just to get to the pharmacy. And he has a crush on the pharmacy lady. I know it sounds a little odd, but the book's fantastic. I really think you should give it a shot. And then my book that is coming out tomorrow, it is going to be number 30, if you can believe it, in the Lucas Davenport series. There are 29 before this, the Masked Prey series, or the Prey series, of course. People are saying that this book is so good that if a person who's new to the series and to the Lucas Davenport, when they read this 30th book, they're going to go back and read all 29. That's how good it is. So right now there's one copy that you can put a hold on in Overdrive because it hasn't been released yet, but it's never too early to put a hold on something. So keep that in mind if you are a John Sandford fan. So that wraps up my weekly read suggestions. I hope you'll join me next week. I'll have 4 more books. 3 books you can check out right away, 1 book that's coming that will hopefully be exciting for you. I really appreciate you watching today, and I hope you're staying safe. Have a great day.